What up? It is Friday, December 14th. I always mess up the date. And a lot of stuff happened this week in the news in the post Smash Bros. Launch and post VGA world. But a lot of exciting things have happened. So let's jump right into it. So this week we saw Discord, the game chat app, is now offering to sell games on its. I think we knew that it was going to sell games on its platform, but it's offering a 90-10 split for publishers to publish on their platform. So let me roll that back a little bit and tell you what that means. So Steam forever has been pretty much monopolized the PC sales market. A significant portion of the world goes through of significant portions of the games published go through Steam. If it's by title count, it's like 99%. If it's by revenue, then it doesn't include things like anything coming out of Blizzard and now Activision, since Destiny 2 was launched on its own on BattleNet. EA has Origin, League of Legends, Fortnite, and a couple others have their own browser. So what Steam does is they typically take 30% right off the top. This is similar to any first party like Microsoft and Sony sales on their platform, as well as Nintendo if you buy them digitally. And this is also the same across app stores, your Google apps, your iTunes apps, your uh, gosh, your iTunes and your Googles of the world. They also take 30% off the top. So this has been an industry standard for quite some time. So I think last week or maybe this week, Epic announced that they were going to start their own PC platform for game sales, and they were saying that they are only going to take they were only going to take 12% of the profits off the top. So for every dollar of sales that you have on Steam, you'd only get 70 cents. For every dollar of sales you get on Epic, you'd only get 88 cents. Um, so, and they were going to waive the 5%. I believe all games made with the Unreal Engine are charged a 5% service fee. And if you publish on Epic Store, they will waive that fee as well. And a lot of games are published using Unreal Engine. Um, so, what I started this all by saying is now Discord has entered the realm of PC game sales and has been for a while. Um, but they say they're only going to take 10% off the top, um, which is pretty crazy. Now things are starting to shake it up. I think Steam has had a monopoly on PC game sales for quite some time, and I think competition in the PC game sales market are always going to be relevant and useful. And I think it's given Steam enough time to get off of its old sedentary ass and finally kick itself into motion. In fact, I think there was another thing that, oh God, what was it? I don't remember what the rates were, but if if you were a big publisher, like if your game sells more than $10 million, Steam's only going to take 25 cents off the top, 25% off the top, and then if the game sells $50 million in revenue, then it would only take 20 cents off the top. I mean, it competes with, um, I guess it's somewhat competitive, but like the difference between 10 and 20 cents per game. I mean, we're talking $10 on a $60 game, which is crazy. Um, and I think Steam has a lot of issues with like discoverability. I mean, obviously the big game publishers are going to get front page stuff, but all the indie games that I know and love, they have some of them might have trouble with discoverability because there's like 6 million titles that are put on Steam every week. Those are all hyperbolic, but you understand what I'm saying. Like there's just a ton of games that are going on Steam at all times. So really cool to see the PC sales gaming market get shaken up a little bit this week. So that was kind of I wouldn't say that was like the biggest piece of, I might say that was the biggest, I think it's the biggest piece of news, but if you disagree with me, feel free to say so in the comments below. Next, we're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch. So I think I saw a press release at some point this week talking about how Nintendo Switch has, for all the consoles sold, it has a 50% attach rate on its three biggest games. So in the industry, we think an attach rate is the number of sales of a title divided by the number of consoles for that title. So for first-party stuff like Nintendo, if you have a Nintendo Switch title over a Nintendo Switch, you can attach pretty high. So there's three titles that have sold at or above a 50% attach rate. Those three titles are Super Mario Odyssey, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and Mario Kart. The three most popular titles selling on the Nintendo Switch until, Smash Bros. Is probably going to be pretty high on that list too. Just taking a wild guess here. In fact, I saw Japan saying that Smash Bros. Set a record for sales just this past week. But anyway, 50% attach rate is ridiculous. Call it, I think back in like the biggest Call of Duty title, which was like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, somewhere in that. No, Modern Warfare 2, I think was the most. And they were attaching it like 20%. Now, an attach rate is based on the consoles it can be sold on. So if Call of Duty sells 10 million consoles and there's 40 million Xbox Ones and PS4s out there, then it's not going to have as high of an attach rate because there's more consoles, making the denominator bigger. A little bit of math lesson here today, which is why I like talking about it. But yeah, I think Call of Duty had like 10 to 20% at its biggest. So it's pretty crazy to think of Nintendo Switch still having a 50% attach rate on all of those games. Yeah, just nuts. That's so cool. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. The numbers are a lot smaller. The numerator and the denominator are a little bit smaller on the Nintendo Switch, but 50% attach rate is still awesome. Moving on, we have Metro Exodus has moved a week forward in the month of February. So back at E3, we had roughly 4 games coming out on the exact same date in 2019, and that was February 22nd. Those games were Anthem, Days Gone, Crackdown, I think was a little iffy, but I think that's where everybody put it, and Metro Exodus. So since E3, Crackdown I think was moved into March. Days Gone was moved back 2 months into April. Anthem is staying where it is, but Metro Exodus is now moved a week forward, which is the exact same date as Far Cry New Dawn, the new Far Cry expansion. So now Metro Exodus has to compete with that. So that's crazy. But yeah, it's so funny that at E3 we were all like, what the heck is wrong with all these publishers? They're saying they're all going to come out on the same day. No one's budging. And then 6 months later, of course, everybody moves. They're going to get out of the way of EA with Anthem. Anthem's going to be a big hot seller. Days Gone moved out for, I think, production reasons. I think it was slowed down just a little bit. But yeah, that's so crazy. But good on Metro Exodus, the publishers of Metro Exodus, because I know how difficult it is trying to move a game forward, and the fact that they can pull it off is actually pretty cool. And next, 25 years of Doom. Doom has been out for 25 years, which is just nuts to me. I remember being like a 5-year-old kid, and or I guess in 93 I would have been 3 years old. I'm young. That if you do a little math, you can figure out exactly how old I am. I can remember being like 4 or 5 or maybe 6, and like watching my brother and my dad play freaking Doom on like this giant clunky computer, and just like running around, controller and all this kind of stuff. Or not controller, with a PC, like, oh my god, I love Doom. And then they never let me play it. It was always like, as soon as my dad was done playing, my brother would then start playing, and I have to watch both of them play. And I was like, I'm going to be really good, because I just sit here and watch them play all the time. Truth is, I wasn't very good. But just how far Doom's come, um, I just think so cool. I have a little clip that I'll put I'll put a link in the comment section below, and it starts out with the music of the dun 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 dun, and I'm just like, gosh, like I want a freaking Doom sound pack for my phone just because I want all those noises from my childhood need to be things. If I could set my text ringtone, or no, my text message sound to being like the door opening up sound, like that is the most. I swear, of all the noises in Doom, the door opening up symbol sound I think has got to be one of the most identifiable, like nuanced sounds in the game. I think you ask anybody who's ever played any Doom game, and you ask them what's the most identifiable sound in Doom, maybe the chainsaws first, and then the door opening, whatever the door opening sounded, just the. I can't even pull it off. The door sound is so unique and identifiable. But um, Doom's gonna be awesome. It looks. I can't wait for the next Doom one. I saw Joe Romero was talking about a spiritual successor to Doom this week, so go scour the internets looking for that. But Doom, such a heritage. Play it coming to a toaster near you, because apparently that's what people do with their time is they make Doom run on whatever they can, including toasters. Um, I played it on the I played it on a plane, on the screen on the back of a plane. I was flying Virgin Airs to somewhere like Vegas, and they had one of the options was to play Doom with like my thing on my seat, and I was just like pew 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 playing Doom. Oh my god, Doom! Such a heritage. Congrats on 25 years. Next is Hades. We talked about this a little bit after the Game Awards. Hades, the next game from Supergiants, has put out some gameplay, or I've at least seen some gameplay about it. It's been on the internet. I think it's in early access. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how I'm seeing gameplay from like streamers and stuff, but if you could tell me, that'd be great. But I have a pretty cool gameplay video produced by IGN that I will link down below. And then last but not least, Kingdom Hearts 3 is putting together a PS4 bundle, PS4 Pro bundle. It looks pretty cool. There's like the Kingdom Hearts symbol right in the middle of the PlayStation controller. It's like a dark blue with with like a lot of filigree around it. It looks really cool. So I'll send a link to that down below. If you're watching this live on Friday, that's it for the news reports this week. If you're watching this on Friday, then I appreciate you watching on my Twitch channel, and I hope you I hope you follow and subscribe to me there. And if you're watching this Saturday morning, you're probably on my YouTube channel, and if you could subscribe or comment below and talk to me sometime, that'd be great. As always, I appreciate you being here. I hope you find this helpful. If you think I missed anything this week, feel free to leave a comment in the comment sections below. Thank you for being here. Bye.